You know, there's a physical limit to HDMI that I think most people don't even realize exists until they hit it.
Oh, absolutely.
You go out, you buy a 50-foot cable, run it through a wall, and then suddenly it's just a black screen.
Or you get the sparklies. That's the worst. It's the digital cliff.
The digital cliff, right. The
Yeah.
signal doesn't degrade, it just dies.
Exactly. HDMI was just designed for short hops. You know, from your Blu-ray player to your TV, maybe 6 feet. It was never meant for long-haul stuff.
Which is why today we're doing a deep dive into a really clever workaround. We're looking at the NTI ST-C6HD-394-LCEU.
That's a mouthful.
It is, but it's an HDMI extender that claims to solve this entire distance problem by, well, hijacking a totally different kind of cable.
Right, it completely swaps out that thick HDMI cable for standard internet cabling, CT5e or CT6, and the whole mission here is just distance, pure distance.
And we're not talking about just getting across a big living room.
No, no. This device is pushing full high-definition video up to 394 feet.
394 feet. That's what, the length of a football field?
Just about.
A standard active HDMI cable, you know, one with a booster chip in it, that usually gives up around 100 feet.
100 feet on a good day, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a game changer for, say, a large house or a commercial setup.
Okay, so let's get into the how. Is this just converting the signal into, like, internet packets? Is it streaming the video?
That's a really crucial distinction. It's not video over IP. It's not chopping it up and sending it through a router.
Okay.
This is using the copper in the Ethernet cable to create a direct point-to-point bridge. So you have a local transmitter box at your source.
And a receiver at the TV.
Exactly.
Which means latency shouldn't be an issue then, theoretically.
Correct.
But my biggest concern with these kinds of extenders is always compression. I mean, if you're pushing a 1080p signal at 60 hertz that far over a twisted pair cable, is it crushing the quality?
The documentation on this NTI model is very clear about that. It is completely uncompressed.
Really?
It supports the full 1080p resolution, 24-bit deep color, even computer resolutions up to 1680 by 1050.
So no weird artifacts, no color banding, none of that?
None. It's fully HDMI 1.3 compliant. It doesn't strip the audio, which is where a lot of these devices cut corners. It passes through LPCM, Dolby Digital, and DTS.
Okay, so if I'm building a home theater, I could put all the noisy gear, the servers, the players, in a rack down in the basement and just run a single cheap KT6 cable up to the projector. But that creates a new problem, right? The Blu-ray player is in the basement. How do I pause the movie from my couch?
And that is the hidden gem feature here. The system includes a full infrared remote control channel, an IR channel.
Wait, it sends the remote signal backward.
Exactly. There's a tiny IR receiver you plug into the unit at your TV, you point your remote at it, and that signal travels all the way back down that 400 feet of cable.
And blasts out of an emitter right at the player in the basement.
You got it. It closes the loop.
That's brilliant. You get the super clean setup without losing any usability. Now, we did dig into the spec sheet and found one specific gotcha with this model number, the LCEU part.
Yes, and this is vital if you're shopping for one. The LCEU specifically refers to the power supply. It ships with a Euro plug, the CEE 716.
So the hardware itself is global. It'll handle 110 to 240 volts, but you can't physically plug it into a US wall socket without an adapter?
Correct. NTI sells other versions, but for this specific model, you have to be aware of that plug.
And aside from the plug, the units themselves are surprisingly small.
Oh, they're tiny. Roughly 2.3 by 2.7 inches. You can just use Velcro to stick them to the back of a TV mount and completely forget they exist.
It really does change how you think about wiring a building. You know, we're so used to that cable clutter behind the entertainment center. But if you can send uncompressed 1080p video and audio and control signals nearly 400 feet over one thin, cheap network cable.
It just centralizes everything. It means your display can be just a display, and all the brains of the operation can live somewhere else entirely.
It really begs the question. If we can already do this over simple copper twisted pairs today, how long until the actual HDMI port just disappears from our walls and everything just runs on a single unified line?
The infrastructure is already there in most new buildings. It's just a matter of plugging it in.